Hi everybody, it's Paul Harris with Global Recruiters of Blackhawk here in sunny California. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. As you may know, I run an executive search firm that specializes in the wireless infrastructure space. And in the very next few minutes, I'm going to try to do my best to give you a download of Mobile World Congress that happened in Barcelona, Spain last week. Obviously, MWC, huge show. Over 100,000 people there from 200 plus different countries, 2,200 exhibitors, absolutely huge show. So obviously I can't do a very thorough job in the next very few minutes. So what we did is on our YouTube channel, we have a list of 30 plus speakers, the actual videos of their speeches. And also on our LinkedIn group, we have a PDF that has 100 plus different speakers, are like a little link, right? So you can search by the speaker's name, their company name, their title, their topic of conversation, and you just get a hyperlink to go right to their video. So that's hopefully helpful as well. So you guys, let's get into the major themes. Obviously, I'm going to try to keep this focused mostly on wireless infrastructure. Obviously, there is stuff about rate plan announcements and handset announcements, stuff like that, but I'm going to try to keep this into our wireless infrastructure world. So here we go. Number one theme, obviously 5G, right? What is it? When is it coming? Will gigabit LTE be the de facto, 5G until, and branded as such until the real 5G comes in 2020 or wherever it's going to come? So they're working on those standards. The thing that was made painfully clear is that the consumer does not want to wait for faster speeds and downloads and etc. So obviously the carriers don't want to wait. So they're not going to be waiting and doing nothing until the real 5G comes out. They're going to be doing a lot of stuff to increase the speeds. A lot of stuff coming out of this test and measurement companies in terms of showing increased support for 5G deployments. In the hardware space, there's 24 operators that are testing 5G, and half of those have moved to field trials. Verizon has already moved to commercial scale pilots in 10 different markets. So a lot of stuff going on in the 5G world. Next theme, I would call it next biggest, probably IoT, right? Internet of Things, a lot of talk about how to simplify the market, how the chip makers are tackling the truckload of acronyms that are coming out of IoT. And as it relates to 5G and IoT, I think the biggest difference between this year and last year was there were more real world use cases, especially for IoT. Obviously that's gone crazy, and a lot of stuff going on in the 5G world. It's just becoming a little more real versus a little more nebulous as it was last year. So next one, DAS and small cell. Several new hardware and software solutions for improved indoor coverage. For example, ZenWave announced a new interface panel that you can connect up to 4 small cells to the ZenWave DAS, so multiple operators can be on it. Ruckus Wireless, which is now going to be, or soon going to be, Eris, launching their 3.5 gigahertz TDD LTE small cell solution, should be available in Q3. One of those is designed to cover 10,000 square foot of indoor space, and the other one's designed to cover 300 feet of from an outdoor range. CommScope, they have their one cell small cell solution designed to eliminate handovers and interference across large indoor areas and deliver LTE coverage and capacity at a price point that's comparable to managed Wi-Fi. Corning and Altiostar, combining the Corning Optical Network Evolution product with Altiostar's virtualized RAN, and it can support multiple LTE network operators and be compatible with future 5G technologies. So it wouldn't be Mobile World Congress without talking about the new chairman of the FCC, Ajit Pai, who talked about, in terms of regulation, having a little more of a more of a light touch in terms of regulation. I guess that would be implying that Tom Wheeler, the previous FCC chairman, maybe have a little bit heavier hand, and this lighter touch with regulation would be with a goal towards maximizing investment in broadband. He was asked about a possible Sprint T-Mobile merger, and he basically pleaded the fifth, right? Kind of no comment. But he basically did say, he didn't have enough, information on to make a decision. But basically, what he's saying is the underlying tenet is anything that's going to be good for the consumer and increasing competition is something that he would lead towards approving. So that was a little bit about the FCC commissioner. Big in our world, AT&T's CapEx spend. So they announced that the 2017 CapEx spend, which should be about $22 billion, which I think the last couple of years will probably be about $18 billion. And then $40 billion over the next 2 years, focusing on stuff like SD and NFV, security, smart cities, next-gen collaboration, IoT, wireless, etc. They talked about their FlexWare, which is basically an NFV solution launched late last year. It's now in 150 different countries and soon to be 180 by the end of this year. They talked a lot about the cybersecurity. So AT&T had a 400% increase from just in the beginning, first half of 2016 in terms of hackers trying to penetrate the vulnerabilities of their IoT devices. And so they're going to be putting, I'm assuming, some of that $40 billion towards addressing that, investing in data-powered analytics and virtualized security capabilities, and pushing fiber deeper in the network, so closer to the consumer. A little bit of talk about Sprint, and then I'll be done. So Sprint has been let's call it MIA, in the last few Mobile World Congresses. They had a lot bigger presence this year. Talk about enhancing the LTE network via their advanced MIMO antenna technology, and then of course leveraging their massive 2.5 gigahertz spectrum as they get ready to get ready for 5G. They talked about announcing the Nokia and Ericsson partnerships regarding 5G as well. So it was honestly obviously a lot of stuff coming out of there. Once again, way too much to mention. So once again, on our YouTube channel, you can see the links to the different speakers, 30 plus of them. And then once again, on our LinkedIn group, you'll be able to see a PDF that has 100 plus speaker names. You can sort by the speaker name, their title, their company, and their topic. And you can click on a link, it'll take you to a hyperlink. So thank you to the team here at Blackhawk for getting that done. So that's it, you guys. I will be with you next time after the next trade show. And once again, I hope this was helpful and I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.